Hey guys, it is Peppy back, and today we start a new series, and we're going to do a bit of an in-depth look for like every team in the Premier League. That's my plan with this. I do plan to go alphabetically, so unless you guys, if you guys want a specific team, just comment it below, and I'll obviously do that first. But if I don't see any comments and stuff like that wanting a team, I will just go alphabetically, and that probably means it's going to be Aston Villa next. Anyway, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to look. This is as if I was to come in and just start up a save. What I would do, like what formation I would use, what tactic, who would I sign, who would I sell, where I think the team, just needs a bit of rebalancing, youth prospects. We might take a look at staff and stuff like that, but that's not on my priority list, to be honest. And we'll have a look at their finances and a bit of history and stuff like that as well. Just depending on the clubs, obviously. Some clubs have a longer history than others, as we all know. I am going to hop into FM and we will go from there. All right. All right, guys, we're back here now with Arsenal, and let's see. The first thing we'll start off with, I guess, is their honours, like what they've won in the past. So we have 13 Premier Division titles, 1 European Cup Winners' Cup, 1 Europa Cup, 13 English FA Cups, and 2 Carabao Cups. That's pretty damn good, I have to say. A lot of that has come in, back in the 90s and such, when they were battling with Manchester United for honours every season pretty much. But that was back with Freddie Ljungberg, Mark Overmars, Ray Parlour, Tony Adams. That team was amazing. They were so good. And obviously that's what if I was to take over now, that's the type of team I'd like to make again, have them back up top of the league, winning everything. But yeah, first season, guys, if you're going to want to bring in a ton of players, it's probably not going to happen. You start with a very small budget of only 10 million. You can probably bring in one player unless you sell someone. So yeah, you're not really going to be able to sign a whole lot, I think, in the first season. I will have a transfer section at the end of the video of who I would recommend bringing in if you can afford them. But like that, first season, you're going to have trouble signing players. Anyway, guys, we'll hop into the club vision. Now, I've had a look at this already, and in my opinion, it seems a bit much. But anyway, we have to play entertaining football. We have to play attacking football. We have to sign players under the age of 18 for the future. Now, under the age of 18, that's a tough one, because that means they don't really want you signing players that can strengthen right now. So if you're trying to get in the top 4 straight away this season and still reach all their club visions, you're going to have a bit of trouble, I think. But like that, because of the small transfer fee, the transfer budget, you're going to be struggling to sign a lot of players either way. So obviously they want you to work within the wage budget. The end of the current season, this is the one that I think they're looking for a bit much. They want to reach to the Euro Cup final. They want Sorry, they got a bit mixed up. That's weird. Okay, let's start from the top. They want you to qualify for the Europa Cup again this season. So that's like top 6, maybe 7th, I want to say. I'm not sure, but I think it's top 6 definitely. FA Cup, reach semi-final. Okay. They want the Europa Cup. They want to reach the final in the Europa Cup. And in the Carabao Cup is not important. Now, obviously, the semi-final and the final, they are preferred. They're not actually required. So, yeah, it's not as bad, but still, they seem to want a lot, in my opinion, for a club that have fallen quite drastically, in my opinion. But anyway, look, I honestly think you can definitely I think you can qualify for the Champions League with this team. Pretty easily. I don't want to say easy, because there are so many other good teams, but I really think you should be qualifying for the Champions League with this team. And then, the end of the next season, that is what they want you qualifying for. But I actually think you can qualify for it this season. You might have to give up the Europa Cup final or the FA Cup final or something like that. But I think it's worth it to get back into the Champions League a season sooner. So, guys, we're going to move on to the tactics now. And we'll have a look there. All right, guys, we have the team up here. As you guys see, I have a formation picked here, so I'm just going to go through the players, like kind of what I would do in this situation. Now I'm talking like this season and onward, so it's just not what we have right now. It's about what I would go for in the long term. Okay, so starting in goals, I would use Bernard. I'm going to call him Bernard Leno for this season and probably next season, and then I would sell him. Okay, he looks good. He does look good. He's 27 as well. He's not super old or anything like that. But like that, I want to sign younger players. I want to have a team that's going to be, after like 2 or 3 seasons, that's my team for the next 6 years, unless I get a superb regen somewhere that I find, So that's kind of how I play all my saves. That I want to build a team that after 2 or 3 seasons, they're together for 5-6 seasons and they dominate everything. That is how I like to play. So if it was me, I'd actually sell Macy this season if possible. Martinez, I wouldn't be bothered if he left either. I'd sort something out with a young, under 20s goalkeeper, something like that as backup. And Leno would be my keeper for the first 2 seasons. And then after that, obviously we'd have another keeper coming in. Okay, on the right, you start the game off 3 months injuries on. I have a little notepad here just so I don't mix up anything. You have injuries on Hector Bellerin, who plays on the right for you. After him, you have Chambers, and then after him, these guys aren't really right back, so I'm actually going to get rid of him. Mustafi, Wes. Okay, so none of them are actually right backs. So the only right back you have for 3 months is Chamberlain. If he gets injured, you have to go for your under 20s, I think. I don't think you should spend any of your budget on defend on right backs or left backs, because it's just not worth it. You have so little money that you have to use it wisely, and in my opinion, it's not. I'd rather use an under 20 for 2 or 3 games and then have Bellerin come back and just be your starter. All right. Let's have a quick look. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Get rid of Tierney. Get rid of him. Same thing here. Let's get rid of the people that we don't need. Okay. Right here, there's your 4 centre backs as is. You obviously need more. What I would do is I would get rid of, not this season. Okay, so I have to stress this. For this season, this is your back 4. If you want to sign another young maybe back centre back, that's fine. But if it was me, Socrates and David Luiz would be my starting partnership. Mustafi obviously rotating in and out for Socrates probably. I think David Luiz is a bit better. So even though the ranking here that says Socrates is better, I would go with David Luiz over Socrates in my opinion. Because I like to play the ball playing defenders. Rob Holding, he is actually out injured for 3 months. So when he comes back, start giving him game time, get him back training, get him back playing properly. On the left, then we can get rid of Luiz and this guy. So same again, you've only 2 people on the left. And surprise, surprise, Tierney is injured for 3 months. So as we're on the right, you have one guy that can play left back. If he gets injured as well, you're going to have to delve into your youth team and under 20s, under 18s, whatever you want, and just pick someone out there for 2 or 3 games, whatever you need. You could also buy like a young cheap fullback that can play both sides. That's a decision you guys would make. But if it was me, I wouldn't waste the money in the first season. Okay, so now this is where I actually haven't really looked at this guy. He's from Real Madrid. Oh, I did not know Arsenal signed him. Oh, that's so good. I actually didn't notice him before. That's really good. Okay, so midfield wise, we can get rid of this guy just so we can see who's underneath. He is he wouldn't get a whole lot of game time with me the first season, to be honest. I'd loan him out, so I'm going to take him away. Wilcock would actually get game time, so I'm going to just leave this as is. Okay, so guys, I would have 2 centre mid spots. My two centre mids would be Xhaka as a deep lying playmaker. Okay. His passing, technique, vision, first touch, all that is too good. It's just too good. You can't leave him out, in my opinion. He is your star centre midfielder. Beside him, I would actually play Torreira as a box-to-box. His best role is a deep lying as well, but I actually think it's a box-to-box. He has the work rate, he has the teamwork, he's the positioning. And he has decent long shots. I'd actually improve his long shots a little bit and just put him training as a box-to-box as he plays there all season. And he'll be full green circle probably halfway through the season. After him, obviously, we'd have this guy. I always mix this guy Guendouzi. I always mix his name up. We have Matteo Guendouzi. He's only 20. Give him game time. If you give him game time, he will turn into a monster. So rotate him between Torreira and, you know what, in a season or two, you could probably sell Xhaka and just play Torreira and Guendouzi. Keep forgetting his name. Obviously, this guy from Real Madrid, when Xhaka injured or you just want to play someone else, give him a go. He is so good. Give him a run out. Joe Wilcock. And obviously, guys, if you can sign him at the end of the season, unless it's like super expensive, I actually would look into it. Like, see how well he plays for you. If he plays well, give him a contract, in my opinion. Joe Wilcock, he's actually more of attacking, isn't he? He is more of an attacking. He's a young player. I'm not going to talk about him right now. And Mkhitaryan is on loan. Okay, so that makes more sense. Yeah, okay. So you basically have, in my opinion, going from what I just did there, you have four midfielders, 2 to play box-to-box, 2 to play deep-lying playmaker. That's all you should need for the whole season if you use this formation. But that's what I would do, you know. Attacking midfield role. Now, this is where like actual Arsenal fans will be like, I'm not playing this guy. Okay, so because I know a lot of Arsenal fans have trouble with Ozil. Like I said, I don't care about what's happening in real life. If he's good in the game, I'm going to play him. Like, why would you not, in my opinion? He can play there, but he's not really, he's not really made for there, in my opinion. He's better back here as a deep line playmaker. Take him out. We're going to take Wilson out. Will we leave Wilcock there? He plays like the advanced playmaker from back here, and I don't like doing that. If I play an advanced playmaker, he's going to be advanced. He's not going to be back here. So I leave him there, and maybe I would train him. I don't know. I don't know much about him, but I would train him just to play there. So you have Ozil, and then this guy, Emil Smith-Rowe. He is a very promising player. I've looked him up and stuff. He looks very, very good. So I would definitely give him a bit of game time. But obviously, as Ozil, for the first season, maybe even the second season, depending on what you do. I'm gonna go over a few transfers later, and we'll see. I'll give you guys a few ideas maybe if you don't want to stick with Ozil. So on the right, we're going to get rid of a few of these. Aubameyang, I wouldn't play on the right. So Reece, and he's on loan. Right. So Mkhitaryan's on loan for the first season. It's obviously, when he comes back next season, it would be up to you guys. Do what you want. I would sell him, but that's just me. Reece Nelson and Pepe. Pepe, superstar. He is actually their new signing. This summer is when they actually bought him, he looks so good. So good. Reece Nelson, I don't want to say he's injured. He's not injured. Is he away on holidays or something? I know it's something about him. I think he's just away on holidays. Anyway, Reece Nelson would be the backup. He is a winger though. So the thing is, the formation I would play, I'd have 2 inside forwards. So if anything, Nelson might even be better on the left. Retrain him as an inside forward and have him run at people. On the left, we'll just get rid of a few people here. Lacazette, Wilcock, Pepe. Yeah. He's the inverted winger now. Okay. And then he's also an 18-year-old Brazilian. Yeah, he's the Brazilian. Okay, so I would leave Aubameyang. He would probably start there. See, it's getting hard now because there's players playing that can occupy more than one spot big time, if that makes sense. So Aubameyang would be my starter, I think, on the left. After him, you kind of have a choice of a few people. Martinelli, really good-looking, like 18-year-old Brazilian that I would definitely give game time to. I don't know if he'd start a ton this season, but I would definitely give him as much game time as possible. Reece Nelson, like I just said, retrain him as an inside forward, let him run at people. I think he'd cause havoc. And then this is the other Emil Smith-Rowe. Again, super fast, inverted winger. I'd just retrain him inside forward, let him go at people as well. And then up front, we have... This is probably there where you'd really need a backup, because yeah, he's 17 finishing, 14 composure. He's really, really fast. But I don't know. I just think he's better here on the left. But obviously, if Lacazette gets injured, you bring him in. But as I said, Lacazette, main striker, has to be is your top man. Top man up front, Lacazette, and Aubameyang behind him. All right. So, guys, we're going to move on to kind of transfers, what I think I would do if I was playing here, like 1 or 2 options here and there, and like just plan overall of what I would build on this. Okay, so next part is transfers. Let's just have a quick look again one more time at the squad depth, and I'll tell you what I'm thinking. In my opinion, you need another 1 or 2 centre backs, okay, because you're going to be getting rid of the 2 or 3 guys eventually here, the two older guys, and probably Mustafi I would get rid of eventually. But you know, I would sign 2, maybe 3 centre backs. I would also get in a attacking midfielder, in my opinion. And then you need someone on the right, an inside forward, and you need a striker. Okay, so I went for pure youth here. I'm going to show you, where are we? Scouting. Shortlist. Okay, so I went and shortlisted the players that I would actually bring in. So we're going to start with centre backs. Okay, we have a few options. Some of them are very cheap, so you could actually get maybe 2 players this window from these lists. So just keep an eye if you're starting to save, not even with Arsenal, just in general. These are some really good players. We start with the cheapest, Gabriel Corbo from Bologna. We'll just have a quick look here on this list here. So guys, he has everything a defender needs, and he plays as a ball playing centre back. Okay, his vision is a little bit low, his work rate tiny bit low, but everything else is pretty good on par, and he's only 19. He has the player traits, play short simple passes. You might want to get rid of the hits free kicks per power, you know, but because he's not going to be taking them. But yeah, I really think for the money, I think you can get him for like 4 or 5 million. If you add on like a little clause like 50 games, you'll give them another 2 million, something like that. Which is worth it, because if he turns into a superstar, you're going to want that. You know, he's so cheap. Next guy, he plays for Man City, is Eric Garcia. Another, looks really good. Good jump and reach, good heading. Again, he's only 18. He's going to get way better, and he has a few things that you don't want as your centre back, like the runs with the ball through the centre, tries to play his way out of trouble. I don't know, he's only 13 on technique. I don't know if that's the best, but anyway, look, it's not a big deal to retrain that. For how little you could probably get him for, I think it'd be worth it. Thomas Basila is another one. This guy's acceleration lets him down a small bit, so he's not the quickest of the bunch, you know, he's not the quickest, but other than that, everything looks good. Give him a go, see what happens. Obviously, guys, I'm gonna get through these as fast as I can. I don't want this video taking forever. Okay, so the next one is Umar Solet. Now this guy, if I was playing Arsenal right now, this is the guy I would go and try and get. He looks, in my opinion, the best of the bunch for a cheap amount. And he's super good. He's only 19. Like, he would probably start a couple of games for me in this season, you know. The next guy is Felix Udokai. Jumping reach is very good. Natural fitness very good. Again, he's valued at 3.1. I haven't tried. Let me just try how much do they actually want for him. We can't. Oh, he's on loan, so we can't actually offer. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Ben Wilma is another one, only 19, worth looking into. Obviously, with these 2 guys on loan, you probably wouldn't get them the first season, so I don't know if it's worth waiting around for them when you can just sign other people, and you never know what regens you're going to get. After that, here's the big one. You won't get him for, I think it's like 30 million you have to pay for him. You will not get him in your first season unless you sell someone, but if you can get him, guys, probably the best defender in the game. young defender, I should say. Probably the best young defender in the game. He turns out to be an absolute monster. Get him if you can. Why not? The last guy, he costs a lot. Okay, he's 21, but man, he's very good and he's so fast. There's no very well, I won't say no because there's one or two. There's very few strikers in the game that will get away from him. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, like his tackling is good, his positioning is good, work rate's very good, and like I said, acceleration is just so good. Guys, they are my centre backs. If I was to start right now, I would probably buy Solid, and just because he's so cheap, I would buy Corbo. I'd buy the two of them in my first season. Hopefully, how much do they want for Solid? Actually, let's have a quick look. Solid just suggest 12 million. You would actually get him for about 6 million, 7 million if you put a few little add-ons like after 50 games and future fees and stuff like that. You'd get him for about 6 million in your first budget. So that's not bad. You could probably get the two centre backs if you really wanted. Okay, so we're going to just edit here. I know I have inside forwards. So there's a few here again. A couple of really cheap guys again. Bilal Butuba. I've not heard of this guy before. I just did a very kind of specific search for inside forwards on this side and with specific talent attributes, and this guy came up 300k. Guys, you cannot go wrong with that. Like, I don't know. It just looks he looks pretty good for the money you'd have to pay. And you know, even if he didn't turn out to be a world beater, you'd have him for a couple of seasons just to fill in while you look for a bigger and better player. Okay. He is 20, which is a bit bad. You know, if you're signing someone with them attributes, you do want him to be a bit younger. But like I said, he's so cheap, it might be worth it. The next guy is Peter Guargas. This guy's only 18, and he's contracted to Brighton. He could turn into something. I'm not really sure what his potential is or anything like that in the game. I just go by stats he has now, and if he's given enough game time, what he could become. He looks pretty good in my opinion. His work rate, a few things like that let him down. So it might not be the best signing, but it would, like I said, again, it would do you for the first season or whatever, just as a backup. From here on, we start getting into a bit, in my opinion, better players. Vincent Thill from US Orleans. I don't know what league that is or anything. I have no idea. But looks very good. He's very well-rounded, in my opinion. He's only 19, very well-rounded. He could turn into something really good for you. Again, we'll move on to Fala Montiel. He plays for Fiorentina. I have not seen this guy, and I've played in Italy quite a lot this year already. Anyway, looks very good. Agility is up there high. Flair. What else do we have? Acceleration, natural fitness, dribbling, technique is good. So he's only 1.6 million, guys. Obviously, they'd probably want maybe 10, 7.5, something like that for him. But still, it's pretty cheap for a player like this. That could turn into something really, really good for you. Okay, so then we're moving on. Calvin Stengs. Probably one of the best young right midfielders here. He's just a better version of Tafil, if he's even. He just has better flair and a few other stats that are like 14s. He has 15 vision, which is very good. 15 first touch. Again, guys, he's worth 5.2. They probably want maybe 15 from. I've noticed the AI really puts the money up on a lot of things. This guy's on loan, so you won't be able to get him in the first season. But his pace alone would cause problems. I always stand by that if a player's fast, he will cause a team problems no matter how bad he actually is. If he has pace, he can just run at them and he'll cause problems. Grady Diangana. He's on loan from West Brom. Okay. Next guy is David Brooks. Plays for Bournemouth. You guys probably know of this guy already. He looks very good. 16 dribbling, 18 flair, 16 pace, 15 acceleration, 15 technique. His work rate is 15. Vision is 15. He looks very good. But like that, he's going to cost you a bit. You won't get this guy in the first season, and there might be better options out there in the second season. Alright, so these are just a few easy young players. Like, if I was to go here, I'd probably sign this guy. Let me check how much you'd get him for. We'll have a look. Suggest Yeah, like 8.75. So you'd get him 4 or 5 million with adding on like the 50. I always add on like after 50 games, because if he doesn't make it at the club, you don't have to pay it. You just sell him on. Yeah, so something like that. Yeah, I'd probably go for him just to round out the squad so it's a bit more even. I did bring in. I've a couple of attacking midfielders. No, wait, these are all the same. This guy here, Thiago Almada. I'm sure you guys know of him. If you want to bring in an attacking midfielder that can just slot straight into your team and just start playing well, just very young, Thiago Almada is your man. If I was playing Arsenal, he would actually be my number one signing to bring in and play with behind, like rotate with Ozil and then sell Ozil the next season. That is probably what I would do. Just because of the fact Ozil's old and he is going to start decaying. So I'd bring in Almada and 2 centre backs, like I said. That would be probably my main thing this season. I wouldn't really worry about the inside forwards. I'd make something work. Something just flew at me. But yeah, guys, that's what I do anyway. And then last of all, guys, we have a couple of strikers. Oh no, there was only actually one striker that I found that I'd actually even bother with. And there he is. He's 21. He is Fedor Chalov. He has very good attributes for like a deep lying forward, and that's what I was looking for, because the tactic I use is a deep lying forward. Okay, so yeah, he just has really good off the ball, good flair. He's good finishing, good composure. He's not a world beater by any means. He's not. But he's there for the backup, Lacazette, just someone you can bring on, you know, give him a go, see if how things turn out. Obviously, guys, like, you guys know, like, there's people like Haaland out there. There's all these other strikers. If you want to go for something like that, go for it. I'm just giving you guys some, like, alternatives that you could sign early in your season that's not too expensive, and they'd do a job for you. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. The other positions that The only other position that I don't have here that I didn't do is the left and right backs, because I don't think you need them, because I think you should have enough depth that in your youth teams that if something happens in the first 3 months, you will get other players in. And that's pretty much that, guys. I'm going to show you just a really quick tactics screen now, and then the video is going to be over because I already think I'm way over time. Alright, guys, this is a really quick part on how I will actually line up Arsenal right now. This team would actually probably start my season for me. So we'd start with Leno in goals, Chambers, Socrates, David Luiz and Kolasinac in defence. In midfield, I'd have Torreira and Xhaka. On the wings, I'd have Pepe and Martinelli. And then Ozil behind Lacazette. Okay, I would play a tiki-taka style. I would obviously change a few things around. Probably, I'd have to see in friendlies and stuff like that. I would definitely play positive. I don't think I'd go attacking. I don't think attacking works in FM this year. You just get countered to bits, in my opinion, when you play attacking. So playing positive, it just lets you kind of play attacking, but be a bit more wary of what's going on. Obviously, there's a few people there like Mustafi, Aubameyang, people like that would obviously fight for the first position. But this would actually be my first game of friendlies and just see what happens. Alright, so guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it wasn't too long. If it was too long, please let me know in the comments and I will try and cut stuff down for the Aston Villa team view squad thingy. But anyway, guys, like I said, thanks very much for watching. If you liked it, please do like, comment, subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next video. See you later.